Happy Tuesday. Hopefully, everyone's having an awesome week. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed Juneteenth. And if they could take the 3 days off, you're able to do that. But unfortunately, I live in Austin, and there's reports out of Austin I do not like to see. Now, there's certain people on Twitter that I follow that kind of gives me a rundown of the state of Austin the way it is, and it's not looking good. But we could change that. If you live in Austin and you're in a district that's up for re-election, there's candidates available. There's definitely the mayor is up for election. But let's go ahead and get to one piece of information. This is from KX.com. It's a local station here. People who live and work near Northwind Shopping Center on North Lamar Boulevard said that they were worried about going to work Monday after 3 people were shot in the early morning. I didn't come to work today, said Vera Lynch. What are we going to do about public safety? According to the latest update from the police, 2 groups of people began shooting at each other around the time of the Rodeo nightclub close. Police said that 2 men and 1 woman went to the hospital. Wait, are you sure they're women they identify as men? You don't want to misgender them. We need to focus on upstream measures, said Monica Guzman, who is the city Reimagine Public Safety Task Force. The root cause of why people unsheltered, why people are shooting each other, what is the focus on that? How about you take your reimagine, turn it into a dildo and shove it up your ass? That's what I have to say about reimagine public safety. Austin didn't used to have, Austin's always had some layer of violence, but not to this level. This is Chicago level. You took away the cops, you demoralized the cops, you have a DA going after the cops, and you want to talk about unsheltered people. The root cause is we have no law and order here in Austin. We no longer have a police force that's respected because you took the respect away from them. Yeah, no, this is a little vulgar, but it's close to home. Very close to home because I live in Austin, and it's sad what these people have done to my hometown. So it's kind of hard for me not to take it personally. Just blocks away from Monday shooting happened, police are still investigating after Leander police shot and killed a man at an extended stay hotel. A week prior, multiple locations in the Rumberg area were part of a sting of armed robberies that ended with a shooting near the Domain. I live near the Domain. So this is very frightening. This hits really close to home. All of this could have been prevented. But instead, you took a movement like Black Lives Matter, defunded the police, didn't hire police for over a year, and now there's less cops on the street, not showing a show of force. Now a lot of these crimes are crimes of opportunity, which is a shame because if we actually had a police force patrolling areas, especially around the Rumberg area, even when I was a wee little kid, the Rumberg area was never a good area, mainly because of the prostitution and the drug use. But nope, they decide to ignore it. You want to talk about people from Reimagine? Want to go for the root cause? Root cause is there's no police presence anymore. Just blocks we already read that one. Rick Pryor, location Rumberg. Yeah, I read that one. KS looked up the Austin Police Department crime data for the area and found a steady increase from 2018 to 2021. Now they're going to say that Austin is a growing city. Of course, growing cities means that there's higher crime associated with that. Nah, that's a bunch of BS. Guzman said this isn't happening in the Runberg neighborhood. Just isn't happening in the Runberg neighborhood. You're right, it's happening throughout Austin. Yes, we have problems, but we're not the only community in the city that has problems, she said, mentioning crime on 6th Street and East Riverside Drive, which used to be heavily policed. 6th Street used to have a heavy police presence. I don't know if they still do, but my understanding is that they're focusing all their cops at 6th Street to make sure that is safe as possible, leaving the outer or the other city to not have a police presence. Crime data observed has shown that the Runberg area was overall the lowest between 2012 and 2016. 2016, when federal funding to restore Runberg ran out safety program aimed at curbing crime in the area. 2013, the project, alongside with APD, received a 3-year, $1 million Barn Criminal Justice Initiative granted by the Department of Justice. When the federal funding ran out, Guzman said she and other communities tried to keep the program growing, but it had to stop in 2019. I get that we have a culture here and the culture is being overrun. They would rather talk about take away our Second Amendment, take away guns that protect us. That will solve the crime issue. That will solve gun deaths. It's taking away our guns. That's not going to help. We used to have an Austin gun show. There were some pretty good pretzels, I might add. Now, I'm not saying that the two is related by the Austin pushing out the gun store. I think that was about 10 years ago. And the increase of crime. I'm not saying they're related. But it seems like whenever you had the local gun store, not the local gun store, but the local gun show, Austin was a safer place. I think it was the culture that came about it. People were united under similar activities. We had that community that we built on. Now, I don't even know most of my neighbors. I know the neighbor across the street. I don't know the neighbor to my left or my right, but I do know one of my houses next to me is for sale. I do know that for a fact, but I don't know who's going to move in. I'm not going to have that connection with them. But yet, the culture needs to be changed here in Austin, and hopefully, we get some leadership that could change the culture to have that community to self-protect, be self-reliant, and to call the police when something happens or be able to help people when things go awry. But crime has increased ever since our wonderful mayor has become mayor. We got rid of one city councilor only because he decided to run for a federal government office. His replacement's not much better from what I hear. But still, we got rid of one member. Hopefully he loses, because he's just terrible for any form of government. But I'm starting to see this trend from certain people who follow Austin crime, and they're posting more frequency about a shootout here, a robbery here, a knife stabbing here, a sexual assault happening over here. And this Austin is becoming very unsafe. It's turning into the south side of Chicago. And that makes me frustrated. And then we got people that says, we got to get to the root cause. The root cause is you. Your initiative is what caused this. Your war on cops caused this. The DA going after the cops, not going after the people that tried to storm the police station. And then you got the Army sergeant from Fort Hood being charged for murder when it was clear self-defense. That sends a message to the criminals that Austin's on the market for high crime. Everything is fair game. I don't know how to end this without ranting for more and more and more, but something here in Austin is going to change, or we will turn into the new Chicago. I don't know. Leave a comment down below what your thoughts are. Smash the like and subscribe button on any and all platforms, or just the platform that you're currently watching. But most importantly, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.